Start recording. Okay. Welcome. So,
Hey,
hey,
how are
Judge.
ya?
I'm good, buddy.
Good to see you again.
Yeah.
Can you see me?
I can see you. No, you just, the minute you said me, you went away. I can see, I guess I can hear you, but
Oh, okay.
you're cutting out. I don't know what that is. Why does your phone, you got a webcam or something?
No, I have a phone, but what I usually have to do is this. I have to.
No, it's gone. And he's gone. And he's gone. And he's gone. Gone, gone. Gone, gone, gone. I don't know.
So I have to reboot. That's what I have to do.
But
You see me now?
I can see it again. I think your phone was getting all smoked out.
All right.
Maybe that's what was going on.
How how was the game?
Up, you're gone again.
Yeah.
Yep, you're back. You're back. You're gone.
And I'm gone again.
What is that, George?
Smudge.
Using a phone? Using a phone?
Yeah, I've always used a phone.
Why does the video kick out?
I don't know. It's been doing that lately. The
Was it?
last 2 or 3 times we did this,
Yeah.
and
And then you do
I
something
don't know
and it's
what it
fine the
is.
rest of the podcast. So
Well,
this is the exciting part of the show where we figure out why nothing's working. Up, gone again. Can you tell when you kick out?
yeah. I mean, there's a
Okay, so
little indicator.
I don't have to keep telling you that you.
No,
you're
you
back.
don't have to.
I don't have to go. You're back. You're gone. You're back again. Yeah.
Here I am.
Look at
Oh
you
my
up there.
God.
I can see this thing's missing on top of your head, George.
Yeah, maybe it works better up here.
Yeah.
I'll
It's
just
very,
have to hold it up
it's
here.
very
There we
unfortunate.
go.
Yeah. What? Why? But why? Is that an Apple?
Hey, I met. What?
Is that an Apple product?
No, it's actually not.
No.
Galaxy. Samsung.
Oh, that's,
Samsung Galaxy. Blah, blah. Can't speak this morning. I don't know why.
I
Hey,
got, and then
hey, I met a follower last night.
no, get out of
Shout
here.
out to shout out to Logan Griffin who watches our podcast.
No kidding.
All right, bud. Thank you.
That's the mysterious
Leave comments.
107.
Yes.
Okay, there's 4 of us, and then there's that guy.
There's that guy.
So then
Yeah.
there's 2 more. Who are these people?
Very good. I know. What sort of person watches this?
What's wrong with you? Seriously, no.
So how you been?
I've been good, man.
How's the working world?
Work is,
Which-
it's not that hard. It's just hard to be back after,
Yeah.
not being there. So,
Well,
yeah.
good.
I don't know. Well, good then.
See. I guess it's a matter of signal strength.
I guess.
My signal strength is less these days. I don't know why. I figure they try to like trim you, signal strength. Is that such a thing? When your provider, kind of like says, well, maybe you don't need that much. I can sell it to somebody else if I cut you back like 5-10%. Is that a thing?
They call it.
Or your cable product? Something like that. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm a conspiracy theorist. Everything's a conspiracy.
You
know?
are. You really are.
Yeah.
That's how they get you.
That's how they get you.
Uh,
So we're looking for a couple other guys here.
yeah, we are. You. Dee, 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 dee. Oh, what? Mike, admit.
All right.
Now we have Mike.
Hey, Mike.
In your head. I can't see one of them,
Mike.
and I can't hear the other one. And,
Mike's back on the spaceship. Can you see me?
I can see you. No, you just the minute you said me. All right, that's encouraging. You guys, man, you're always fucking around, and I never can bake. I can't get baked until you guys get your shit together.
Oh, it's us.
I can't hear
Right.
Mike, and George is gonna hold the phone over his head the whole hour. Shit.
I know, my signal. This is the only place that has signal up here. Mike's
So
Mike's
you
got
use
to step off his spaceship and go back to his phone outside because that seems to work
his
better.
microphone, whatever he uses for a microphone.
Yeah.
You think a guy like Mike would have a microphone instead? Look, what the hell is
Yes.
that thing? What is that?
Mike, who's
Mike-
has
Mike
100
has
years
no
of
mic.
PA experience, stage PA equipment experience.
On that wire, you might have it off. You might have your mic off. There might be a little button on it. Nope. It's just
It's his laptop, I think. It's
you need to get another one of
because
those
his
things.
phone seems to work better
I think the
for
next
this
time
kind of thing.
I see Mike, I'll give him one of these 10 $5 ones that I bought a million years ago that break like every month. Here, take this one. This one would work. I guess Mike don't have another $5 for a new one. He's gonna use that one until the end of time.
Ah,
It might be where your router is, George, and now Mike's gone.
well, he's probably switching to his phone,
Yeah.
perhaps. All right, I'm gonna switch positions for a better router position here.
Everything's working great now. It just doesn't like being under your canopy, which is unfortunate. So your router, it depends on where your router is. Your signal is just.
I'm actually sitting mere feet away from my router right now. How about now? I'm getting me, right?
Can you hear me now?
Oh, that's it. I started hearing you, and then George blinked out.
I'm going.
But I can hear you,
see?
Mike.
I'm
So
too,
yeah,
I'm too close to my router now.
Now there you are. Okay.
Maybe I'm too close to my router.
Oh,
Dear.
no.
We keep you losing your camera, George.
Yeah. It wouldn't be your position. I mean, I can hear you and stuff. That has nothing to do with your signal. That's your phone. And I don't know why it's cutting out like that. I have to actually see your phone. It's so odd. It just this video just stops. Yeah. Just keep moving. Don't whatever you do, don't stop.
keep treading
Keep
water.
walking around.
That's right. That'll work.
Mikey's too tired from the big game last night.
Was it good? Did
It
they
was
win?
cool. I've been doing that since I was a kid, listening to sports on the radio. I used to listen to
Really?
the Bruins actually. For years I listened to the Patriots. I didn't even know what those guys looked like, because it was always blacked out here. You never saw it on TV, you know. I
I think
watched.
there's nothing more insufferable than baseball on the radio.
So check this out.
It's the worst.
This was the best. This was the best time I ever had. It was the Curse of the Bambino. I guess you guys know about that, right? So
Sure.
in 2004, I was up at the campus, right? So, all right, really quick. It was like wild card. They sucked that year. It kinda. They had to go to like this wild card game. So anyway, they sweeped Anaheim four games, and now they have to play the Yankees again to get to the World Series. And the fucking Yankees win the first 3 games, right? And it's best of 7. So this is game 4, and the Red Sox has got to win this one, or it's done. It's over, right?
Right.
So this thing goes like it goes 12 innings, and in the 9th, the Red Sox were behind. They tie it up in the 9th, and it goes to the 12th inning, and then they win. They squeak by. It's 4-6. So all right. So now there's 3 more games, and all the Yankees have to do is win one of them, right?
Right.
And it's over. and this has never been done before. Red Sox have already, if they were to do it, it would be the first time in history any baseball team ever in the history of baseball did this in a playoff. So, all right. So the very next game, it goes 14 innings, and they just squeaked by 4-5 New York. So that's that one. Then there was another one. It was 4-2, and then the very last one, Game 7, right? They won 10-3. They did it. So now then they go on to play the Cardinals, and they sweep them in 4 games, right? On the 4th game, which was October 27th, I'm outside, and there's a lunar eclipse. I'm watching a lunar eclipse, right? And when it eclipsed, right, they win the World Series. It was the weirdest thing, right? During a lunar eclipse, it was beautiful. And the thing is, I never saw it on TV. Like I said, it was radio. So I did see the game on YouTube, years later. And the camera swung up to they were in St. Louis, and the camera swung up to the moon, and it was eclipse. It was just the last of it, right? And it was like, it was the most fucked up. It was, and every play, like I'd wait before going into a building to check it, right? I'm waiting like that. I listened to every damn play, and every play was, like crucial. You know what I mean? Every pitch, I don't know, man. That was pretty fucking great, to tell you the truth. It was just awesome. It was like, it was fucking great, actually. October, too. It was October outside with a radio, listening to that, up on that hill, that place with the best sky in Rhode Island and shit, I guess. Nice. So, which we should do, by the way.
Did you see the sky last night?
Last night?
Absolutely.
No, I didn't work
clear.
last night, and I didn't go outside. I was
It's beautiful.
Here. Yeah. I was listening to the game with Mikey. I had the radio and I listened. It was fun. I liked it. I especially like it when I'm watching it with somebody, or kind of watching it with somebody.
I was right there reading your play-by-play.
Yeah.
By a campfire last night.
I said I right there, like the pitcher like went for it, like they were ahead, and he had just got out of rehab, right? So, he was only going to do 4 innings. In the 5th, I'm going. I say to Mike, I go, they should pull him, right? Because he's going to be tired. And right then, now they're scarred. And then the next thing is he hit a batter. He couldn't even throw anymore. Right? He says, get him fucking out of there. And I was saying it just before it would happen. So I still got it.
I used to have to listen to the Red Sox games driving back from Boston. Jed would, especially like opening day, Jed would want to listen to the game on the radio.
Opening day? I'm not there opening day. I am there in the playoffs, though. You know what I mean? When it's like...
Yeah, no, he's there for every game,
I know guys like that. And last night I listened to it. Like Detroit, they should sweep them. They got 3 games. The next 2, it could be 3 games. So it's tonight and tomorrow. That would be a sweep, and that's, kind of exciting, I guess. Because Detroit was stinking up the place all over the place.
I mean, that...
They don't hit, they don't steal.
That they have these games is exciting, but the games themselves are boring as shit, man.
Well, I mean,
you can watch the grass grow. And then you have those guys yammering at you the whole time. On the radio, they can't have any dead air, so they got to keep talking. And they'll pull up fucking stats that nobody cares about from years nobody who's listening was alive in, and like, who gives a fuck? Shut the fuck up, No, they got to keep it going, and it just drives me crazy.
Yeah.
Like I said, when I went to the Paw Sox game, and I realized what it was mostly about television sports that bothers me is the guys yapping.
Yeah.
We went out to the Pawtucket, and you're just sitting there and there's nobody yapping. You're just watching the game. That's nice. It's like a nice afternoon. You're drinking a beer, eating a hot dog, watching this game. But if they keep yapping, man, it's just like, just get me out of here.
Yeah, I know what you mean. A friend of mine who likes to, actually, a friend of mine does that. He listens to Yankee games on the radio, because I went to the booth. He's listening to Yankees. Well, he listens to Yankees because I can't stand he's a Red Sox fan, but I can't stand the guy who calls the games. must listen to baseball, but that's weird.
Makes me think I would probably like to watch a football game for real, in real life, so you don't have to hear those guys. I would like to go to a real hockey game too.
I went to the P Bruins. That was pretty fucking great.
Yeah, I could get into like that's like the one television sport that I can watch sometimes is hockey. Because there's something going on all the time, you know.
Well, yeah, but football.
I like
too,
watching
man.
them skate. I like how they skate. They can just go backwards and forwards at will. Like they don't even think about it. They get their eyes on the puck and they're moving all around all these different ways. Pretty wild. And then of course the hits. The best hits are in hockey. You know.
And somebody's going to
guys
lose
are
a tooth.
football players, but they're smacking into each other like 3 times the speed a guy can run. You know.
So what I
Mike, you feel alone?
Yeah. I was like, what happened?
Well, anyway, yeah, there's that. You know, because you all I had was radio for forever. You know, I even made radios. So like, without sports, I mean, what political talk? No, but there is once in a
Talk
while.
radio in general. It's just fucking hazardous to your health.
Art Bell, Phil Henry. There's some fucking gold out there. You know, but I mean,
Yeah.
you never had a job where you were just stuck. Like, if it wasn't radio, it wasn't going to be anything. You know what I mean? I mean, there was no portable TV, no shit like that. And plus, TV is really awful. You know?
Oh God. I hate TV. I don't watch it.
Oh, it's so hard. I don't know how anybody sits there and just watches one ad after. I have a television, right? I have just an antenna, so I can watch Patriot games. It's the only time it's on. Right? The game's over, we turn it off. Oh, and me and my wife will watch Jeopardy at night. We're the old couple, man. And then like Jeopardy's on. I turn the TV on. We watch it, and then the minute it's off, TV goes off again. Right? That's it. Right? It's on for Jeopardy. And then a Patriots game in the afternoon, and the occasional Italian soccer game if we can get that to. But that's hardly ever a thing. You know.
Yeah.
No, that's it. That's it for TV. Or if there's something, like, say, we're being attacked by say, another 9/11, I guess it's going on then, you know, so, you know what I mean?
I still might look on the computer instead, you know?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I got a warning the other day. I was driving home and got a warning on my telephone about a tornado coming.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
That's nerve-wracking. Hey, I guess we're all going to be here now. Mike Coat. Mike Coat.
Hey.
Hey, Mike.
Hey.
Oh, cool. I can hear. I can't see George. George is just going to be blinking out all the time. And that's it. That's it.
Hey, Mike, were you up late last night?
I'm getting my vape pen. I don't care.
Just to the end of the game.
How was it? Who won?
Sox pulled it off. What was the final?
Pulled off the Sox?
5-2.
All right.
Yep.
I went out.
Was a good one.
I went out to see some friends band playing.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
So good.
Yeah. Were they?
They're called Ed Peabody and the Big Blue Fang. And
Yeah.
they got 2 saxes. One guy plays a bari. They got guitar, bass, drums, a singer with a harmonica, and a keyboard player, and 2 saxes. They play a lot of that, like Roomful of Blues kind of stuff, you know? It's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
They're so good. They're so tight. Every musician in the band is like really, really good, you know? So
Need a guitar player?
the guitar player is great. The guitar player they have, Mike Barrett, he's really great. Really nice guy too. Wicked nice guy.
All right. So you
Yes.
guys, check this out. Have you ever seen Planet of the Humans? Executive producer Michael Moore. It's about green energy.
No.
Okay,
No.
he caught a lot of shit for this, right? And in some ways, I agree with everyone that this was a really It almost looks like a hit piece on green energy, right? If you ever
Ah.
watch it. But the thing is it has it really illustrates all the ways we could go wrong with this. There's a lot of, I mean, we're going to be fine. We're going to get these solar panels everywhere. Everybody's doing it. But the first one was how a lot of natural gas is being called in to get some of these things started and whatnot. So, but that was all kind of weak. Well, you have to watch it. But in the end, they spend a lot of time on biomass, which is a problem, which is something we should just really back off on. You know.
Right.
So basically, it's a big long list of how we can blow it. So I think in that way, it is good. Like electric cars, yeah, great. You got an electric car. You know, you're hooking up to a coal fire plant, right? I mean, you're right now, your car burns
All right.
coal.
So think about it this way, though.
Yeah,
That
in the
coal's
end,
going to get
I'm
burnt
already
anyway,
there.
right?
Yeah.
Check it out. That coal's going to get burnt anyway because they're generating the electricity, whether you plug in your car or not. So if you plug in your car, you're just using the coal energy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If you don't, then you're still burning the same amount of coal, but now you're burning gasoline and coal.
Yeah, I get that. That's just. I mean, we can't just keep doing that and think we're there. You know, we have to go the
we're
next
not
step
gonna.
and get solar.
All these things are interim until we get fusion energy up, which they're going to do it eventually.
I think solar is the way right now.
Well, in a way that's fusion energy too, right? Because that's what the sun is doing, fusion.
But not to rely on biomass, because like some industries would just love to cut all the forest down. Some they own it, you know, it'd be like paper again. All right, yeah, let's. They call it renewable. It's called renewable. I mean, we send wood chips to fucking Europe because now they're all green now too. They're just burning Brazilian forests and the shit up in British Columbia, and we're shipping it there. So we got to get away from that as soon as possible. Stop and ethanol. Don't even get me started.
And we're going to burn food too. Instead of feeding people, we're going to be burning food. That's not good.
It's worse. They did it in Malaysia on old peat bogs, right? They did the slash and burn, and they released more carbon doing that. And now it's an industry there, so there's no getting them out. Like everybody's making money on ethanol. Like when Bush went out and said ethanol, right? And like he says, well, that sounds great, except the fact that you're saying it. So what's, you know what I mean? There's no way this is good, even though it sounds good. A renewable energy source. We're gonna get off. Hello, I was. Did they like what? Body snatches? You know what the fuck? Yeah, I knew that was bullshit. I didn't know why. Years later, it turned out that's what's going on. There's basically the old peat. It's just smoldering in Malaysia, releasing CO2 out the ass because we didn't have the fields here. I mean, you still got to find farmland for this bullshit corn just to make that, you know?
Right.
So, yeah.
Not a good idea.
Renewables, bullshit. It's bullshit. Fuck that. I mean, it sounds nice, right? We burn it, but then we grow a tree, and the tree puts all the carbon we release back into the tree. So it's like zero neutral. So we're burning, and we're growing, and we're burning. No. You got to stop that. That's got to end.
We're burning way faster than we can grow is the problem.
So anyway, the other issue was solar panels themselves, right? Like how toxic the waste is, the e-waste. You know, they last about 30 years, and we could be up to our ass in some pretty awful shit if we're not careful about that. But I'm saying that it just points it out in all these, in all this. It's all the things that are going tits up now, and it looks anti-green energy. That's what at the end. But it starts off, it's like me and you, Mike, the guy who did it. Michael Moore was just the executive producer. He said, when I was a kid in the woods, there was a bulldozer knocking down the trees. I don't understand why. And he went over there and he put sand in the diesel tank, right? So I'm going, okay, I'm already related. You'd like this movie, right? So this is that guy, right? So he goes to an event where it's run on solar, right? But then they go behind. It turns out that the panels, it starts raining, so they kick on a diesel engine, and that's not enough, so then they just hook it up to the grid. So like in front, everybody's like, oh, it's the green. We got solar panels. This whole concert's green, right? And in the back, they're burning diesel, and now they're going off the grid, you know, so they can keep up with it. But these all things happen. I mean, this guy just did a documentary because he's just a guy, you know.
Yeah.
but he caught a lot of shit, and it's right. I looked for the reviews after, right? And the first one, the top one, the biggest thumbs up was Sky News Australia, and you already know you're in trouble when they liked it, you know. So shit like that. Yeah. So they used it. They said, see, even green ass Michael Moore, you know, it's just a long list of ways we can blow this, you know. And it was just a guy looking at it where we were, you know, at that time. And it was true. Like solar is the tiniest one, and they got to mine quartz. They got to mine. They say it's sand. It's not sand. They got to dig they got to dig that shit up. That silicon, and they have to use coal to make the panels. So, but in the end, once we get them everywhere, right, it will switch over to where we're not using fossil fuels to do it. We are using solar to make more solar panels. You know what I mean?
Right.
But we got to get to that point. And
But we could have and should have been doing this like for the last
a long
40
time
years.
ago.
We
It
knew what was
starts off.
coming.
It starts off with a 1959, like those shit we used to have to watch, like the films they used to make, right? And the guy is saying that we are putting too much CO2 in the air. It says, what will happen? It says, and then they show glaciers melting. It says, we will melt all the ice on the planet. So we have to, 1959, this is where it starts. So this, you know, we've known a while. It's good. Like Planet of the Humans is good to watch if you think of it that way, you know.
Okay.
So they'll just make you
Where do you
fucking mad at the end. Made everybody mad, actually, you know. But
you
it's
see
Michael
this?
Moore.
Where did you see it?
Oh, you can't know. Well, it got pulled off YouTube. It's hard to find. I'll find the link. I found a Dutch link. It was in Dutch. Like it was like the Dutch is some channel in Europe. You know, it was.
I don't speak
send you the
freaky
link.
deaky Dutch, okay?
So good. Burlington, Vermont. They went huge in that, right? They're burning wood up there like idiots, right? And so there was that part. They're in the woods, right? And then the security comes up, and the guy says, "I like to. You got to come up to the office. I'm calling 911." He says, I don't want to. You want to?" Right? The guy goes, right? He says, "No, we'll pass." Right? So then they start leaving. Yeah. Because they're dicks. Also, like the ones with the mirrors, you know, the ones with the mirrors pointing to the center.
Oh,
They're
yeah,
hooked
yeah,
up
yeah.
to gas, natural gas. It's like a natural gas plant that looks like it's green. It's like this almost window dressing around it, right? Now, like that particular one, that's what they did. Like, because there's money in it, right? I mean, Obama gave out $100 billion. That was the first thing he did in office was to invest in green energy, and of course, some of the worst people, like people who mine quartz, for instance, jumped right in. You know.
I had a friend who he's actually running all of American operations for a Spanish solar power company.
Yeah.
And what they do is he's building these plants in the desert in California, and they've got mirrors pointing at this tower that turns the water into steam.
There's that one, but there's a gas plant. They fire it up with gas, natural gas.
Well, this one's solar.
This one is too. I think it's the same one. I think we're thinking about the same plant in California. Schwarzenegger did the groundbreaking. Was one of the first things he did as a governor because he was big on hydrogen and he wanted to do green.
Oh, this was later than that.
Later than that.
Later than that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's better.
Schwarzenegger was already not governor anymore.
The first one is out near L.A. The very first one, and it's all like that town is all he goes there in the Planet of the Humans. They go to that one, the very first one, and it's in disrepair and shit. So anyway, it doesn't look good when you're watching the movie. It doesn't look good, but nobody's suggesting that we do nothing. But I mean, like, so anyway, the right just took to it. They said, see, you know, look, there are snowballs. We're fine. Shit like that.
Yeah.
Fucking assholes. Is it just a few
Yeah, they're gonna
people?
wait till there's no snow anywhere on the planet before they admit there's a problem. Is that it?
Yeah. Well,
It's way too late.
I think things are happening now because big expensive houses are burning in the hills. You know that you know what I mean?
Nah, they're just blaming Jewish space lasers on that. Those fires were set by Jewish space lasers.
There was a
Apparently.
couple who fled British Columbia to get away from the wildfires, and where did they go? Drum roll, Maui. Jesus Christ.
No kidding. Really?
It's like to them the world's on fire, right? Even
That's a real story. Wow.
that's a real stuff. Never in the airport. It was in the news. I saw it. They stopped somebody in the airport, because they can't do anything else. Nobody official will talk to them. So they just find some poor schlub in the airport. What are you doing? Waiting for a flight? And they go, yeah, we left British Columbia to get away from the fires, and we came to Maui. And now, I don't know where
I've
they're
been
going
to-
now.
It's pretty sad.
I guess
I've
they're
been
going
to
to go
Lahaina.
further east. I don't know what the fuck.
I've been to Lahaina twice, and it's a tight, historic district. A lot of wooden buildings. It's really a fire trap.
I've been
you
in
know?
Hawaii too. I was in Oahu though. That's where Pearl Harbor is. It's beautiful.
yeah,
man.
no.
It's fucking beautiful.
Like- Yeah, but Lahaina is like this really old, historic wooden building.
We've been seeing before and after pictures all week. Like I've
I-
never
you
been
know,
there,
I've
but I saw that. It is a shame. It's a shame, huge.
Walked down that. I walked down that front street a bunch of times, and even when I was walking down, it was like this feels like it felt like like you really claustrophobic in there,
Hey, come to
old-
Italy. You want claustrophobia?
Yeah, but that's in the section of Maui where it hardly ever rains. When I was there, it happened to downpour one day when I was in Lahaina.
Yeah,
and, and it was like, and people were saying it was not in Lahaina though. Lahaina will go for months without rain. It's like the dry area of Maui, and the banyan tree is like this, a couple 100-year-old tree, and you know how banyan trees grow? They drop down aerial roots from the branches, and those aerial roots hit the ground, and those aerial roots become trunks. So the trees just kind of keep moving. They keep elongating. They keep dropping down aerial roots, and those aerial roots become another tree, but it's all connected to the main tree.
Right. It's the same tree.
Yeah. And this one in Maui was huge. It was like almost an acre. It almost covered an acre.
Wow.
Yeah. It's like it was this historic tree. It was a gift from India, apparently.
Wow.
Oh, good,
So-
an invasive species.
That that idea of trees elongating and moving like that. I read this. I was reading this book, and the guy described how there are the aspen trees in the West here, and they work the same way. They spread their roots, and then the roots send up shoots, and they become trunks, and it's the same tree. And these things crawl across the environment. They
Yeah.
die in some place, so as the weather changes, the environment changes, and things get cooler, they'll move to lower ground. Little by little, the ones in the higher ground will die off. The parts of it that are in the higher ground will die off, and the parts in the lower ground will grow, and the tree will actually move down the valley. And then when things get warmer again, it moves back up the valley. These trees are like in slow motion, like in their time. If you can put yourself in their time, they're crawling around the environment.
They're nomadic, yeah.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah.
You think about things that, our human time is like, 80 years, and so we're running around high speed, but it's like geological time, and there's tree time, and like, you can think in those terms, and things are pretty active.
Yeah.
You can change your idea about the time.
Yeah, that toll that toll's going to rise in Maui because the ones that they're counting are just the ones they found outside.
Up to 55.
Yeah, that's right. There were gusts of wind, like 80 something mile an hour gusts of wind. That's like hurricane gusts of wind.
Hurricane gusts of wind.
Shut up, you dumb cock.
Extremely dry conditions.
Wow.
Tightly packed wooden houses, wooden buildings. Mick Fleetwood's got a restaurant right on Front Street. Or had a restaurant on Front Street, right? And I knew that when I was there, and I went up to the hostess and I said, "Hey," because she was young, I was in my 40s, she was in her 20s probably. I said, "Hey, is Mick around?" And she goes, "Oh, he just left,"
Mick?
Mick
See,
Fleetwood.
Mick?
Yeah, my buddy. Tell Mikey stop by.
Hey, is Nick around?
Awesome. Wow, it's been wonderful. Molly, I know it's sad, and that's paradise out there too.
Well, Lahaina's historic, man. It's historic. That was the at one time it was the capital of all Hawaii was Lahaina.
Yeah.
Is that where the throne was?
Yeah, back when we weren't running the place.
Right. But yeah, man, historic. That thing will never be the same. Never. I mean, they'll rebuild it, but it's never gonna be. You know.
No.
So now those people are all climate refugees.
Right.
And yet another prediction coming true. Climate refugees.
It's better than the guys from Bikini. So he's like, we're gonna do some stuff here, then you can come right back, okay?
Or Vieques.
Okay.
Vieques is another one off of Puerto Rico.
Your case. Yeah.
Yeah, they just bombed the shit out of it. You guys gotta leave, or we're gonna bomb the shit out of you. Sorry, haha.
Yeah.
We do that in Hawaii, you know. In Oahu, the Navy bombs this area that's a sacred burial ground for Samoans. So, like, if sailors go to the wrong area, they're dead. Right? Yeah, it's true. Like, and they're Samoans too, and they hate us. Hate. Yeah.
Because we have more cargo than they
No, we
do.
bombed their secret. No, we use the testing range. It's in Oahu. It's part of Pearl Harbor. No, we take some. We've been doing it like since the 40s. You know, since we got out there.
Bombing their sacred burial ground. Yeah, no wonder they hate you.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, it's you know.
Yeah.
I think most Hawaiians now are over it. You know, it's one of those things that you know you just kill off a generation and it's over. You don't have to worry about them no more. Give them smallpox or whatever the fuck, smallpox blankets. Yeah, like this will sort itself out by next summer.
Yeah, in VA case, they still got like old tanks on the beach and stuff. There's like these old broken tanks.
Those are the targets.
I like when the old transports, like down in Guadalcanal, the Japanese just beach just to get their troops off. They're just there, these huge ships, and they're slowly rusting on the beach. They kind of look cool, actually. It's like you get pictures of those. I mean, they've since the 40s, you know what I mean? Iron Bottom Sound, all that. That's just wrecked fucking giant things everywhere. You know? Really dangerous to go into, too, you know? I mean, go below decks in one of those, you know, because you can. I mean, it's still, yeah. It's like sea mosses in there.
On VA case, both sides of the island are like prohibited. You're not supposed to go there. You know, they're just overgrown, and there's all these bunkers, these hidden bunkers and things. And
yeah, fucking Narragansett used to have that. Remember, Mike? We went walking up there. That was fucking so cool. They had the old ones. You could even see like where the gun mount was. You could see the bay looking over Narragansett Bay.
Samoa.
I see a submarine. They're gone now. They're gone, of course. But that was cool. That was cool.
these were like
around and shit.
VA cases. A lot of those buildings that they would, you know, erect these just buildings to keep gunnery in and stuff like that. You know, they're just all abandoned and grown over by the jungle. You know.
Yeah, those are the best.
Yeah.
That's like Indiana Jones shit. If you ran across something like that, something that's really old, you know, it's like some old god, Gahua Hua, right? There's vines all over him now. Go, whoa, what the fuck is this? Look at this statue. You know, you clean it up. Because you're
The
not a
only treasure
hammerhead. A
we
hammerhead
find
would
is
stop breaking
unexploded
it. You know?
ordnance. So, yay, look at this. I found a nice unexploded shell.
Yeah, that happens too. In Vietnam, they still lose legs. Like, you know, this year, there's a mine we missed. You know, another footless person. Yeah, it's the gift that keeps on giving.
That's the curse of every battlefield. They even like dig up like ordnance from World War I in France every year.
That was Diana's big thing. The princess, right? Yeah. She did a lot of that work.
Well, that's
landmines.
another-
Get the old landmines up.
Yeah,
That's why they slammed her into a wall in a limo.
yeah.
Don't tell us what to do. Don't yell at me.
Yeah, the military made a mess out of the case and a lot of those islands. The total mess. You know.
Yeah, all of it, all over the world. It's a worldwide phenomenon.
Yeah.
Yeah, the United States is guilty of a lot of it, but other countries too. They just mine the hell out of these places, that they have conflicts in, and they never bother to go clean them all up.
That's Somalia.
And,
An oil
they,
company just destroyed. They used to be fishermen. They would have liked to stay fishermen, but BP polluted the shit out of the whole coast. You can actually get burned being in the water, like your legs burned because some of the chemicals they dumped there and left.
oh yeah,
So why are suddenly they pirates? Because they're desperate,
how about the Bikini Islands too? With the
Bikini, that's the
residual
original.
nuclear
Those
fallout
Indians will
from,
never go back.
hydrogen bomb tests.
Yeah.
You guys, any of you guys seen Oppenheimer yet?
Nah.
Now, have you?
Not yet.
I saw
I'm hoping
Barbie.
to
It
go
was
this
great.
week.
It's on the list. After I see Barbie, I think. Maybe.
Yeah, see Barbie. Fuck Oppenheimer. You can watch that anywhere. This is Margot Robbie, like giant Margot
my.
Robbie.
Oh
trying
my.
to look like that Barbie. Barbie, man. Come on, you didn't pick up Barbie and go,
Yeah.
I bet you they end up in somebody's ass in the emergency room.
Oh,
I got
no.
a Barbie stuck up, the head came off.
No, you're
I
ruining
got
it for
Barbie's
me.
head up in my pot. I can't shit it out. Barbie's stuck up there.
It's chocolate Barbie. Chocolate covered Barbie.
Oh, man. This is evolved into something.
Yeah, like little girls.
Dave,
I swear,
I got a question
my
for you,
daughter,
Dave.
They just pull the head off, right? And then the clothes come off. Well, the clothes come off. Then
Oh
off
man,
with the
they don't
head.
need a
And that's it.
play-by-play.
This is Bobby's done. We've had our fun. Let's move on to the next toy.
Stop it. I got a question for you, Dave.
Dress it,
Those
decapitate it.
Those
Sorry.
vapes you got, what did they cost you?
What's that, Mike? I'm sorry.
The vapes you got, what did they cost you?
30.
A piece?
Yeah, this one's $30.
Are they single use?
Yeah, this one's just a vape pen. Charged
Single
everything.
use?
Yeah. I agree. No, there's no way to get it off. It's wicked e-waste.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
So
have
far,
to take
the
care of
most
e-waste.
expensive dispensary I've been to is the one in Providence. That's the most expensive one, I
This
think.
is on Bald Hill Road. This is like 2 exits down from me.
Yeah.
I'm there in no time, right? It's over near the Guitar Center and other reasons to be down there. Barnes and Noble, it's 444 Bald Hill Road. 444. It's just after the Turd Dodge, all that. Is it Herd? Yeah, it is
Yeah.
Herd, right?
Oh yeah. The old Leechmere Plaza. They used to.
Yeah, it's cool. There's an Aldi's
So
in
it
there.
looks like, so they're going to legalize pot in New Hampshire, eh?
The governor, who's vetoed it for years now, has created a commission to figure out how to sell it. So it's the election year, and everybody's making money on it, except us,
Yeah, it'll take a
Or-
while before you get dispensaries. They always do that. They always take their time with that part.
It's medical now, so it's been medical for a while, but they're saying that it's supposed to, go through in December and then in 24, be available, from what I read. But next year. They're just sick of losing money, I'm sure,
Yeah.
So what's the chance of you opening up a dispensary?
No chance at all.
Probably, I don't know, man.
I think the Narragansetts can do something. Probably not. We should let the Narragansetts sell us weed.
I
That's
don't
when they're
think
gonna
making.
have-
That's when they'll make it illegal again.
Just like the gambling thing. As soon as they beat them in the referendum for the gambling, then they immediately opened up gambling in Lincoln and Newport. Like, all right, the Narragansetts can't do it. Woo! Now we got it. You guys can't do it. We can do it.
Yeah.
It'd be the same way with the dispensary.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a financial thing, and it's an election year thing, and
Yeah.
the governor's finally backing down on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Do you like Sununu?
Oh, I didn't for a long time. I like him better than his dad.
Yeah.
I thought he handled some things pretty well, actually. I thought, I like him more than I did before. Not just because of the pot thing, but
That helps.
heard him talk, a few times, and I'm like, it's a pretty rational, reasonable guy, you know. Um,
On TV. Anyway,
yeah,
I'll be rational while the cameras are on.
you know, he's
Anybody can do that.
always suspect of the sons that got their father's jobs, you know, and stuff like that.
Yeah, Mayor's like that. It's
Yeah,
Mayor
yes.
Junior now in Johnston.
yeah, yeah.
So he was a princeling.
It's fine because he got the dump to stop stinking. So as long as they keep doing that, they can be mayor.
Yeah.
It's true. The
Once in a
father
while-
went up to the dump and said, "You'll do something about this. I'm gonna. You can't dump here anymore." Yeah, it's pretty good. It was great. Like, yeah, all right, I'm voting for him again.
He's not, you know, Sununu spoke out against Trump and stuff like that. He's not one of these
Sununu.
guys,
No.
guys that's just, you know,
Sunana.
yeah. He doesn't seem to be one of these guys that just, you know, totes the party line. You know, he's kind of has his own thing going on, you know.
But yeah, New Hampshire loves that though. I mean, that's how you are there. That's it. You know, income tax,
Oh, it
no.
should be.
You know, shit like that. Sales tax, fuck you. Yeah, it's just crazy.
Yeah, I don't think he'd make it as one of those types of governors, you know, because, you know,
No, that's
We're-
that's
we're-
Vermont, New Hampshire. That's unique up there. You guys, you
Yeah.
people in the woods, and your ideas.
right.
Getting abducted by UFOs. I like them plaques all over the place. You know, this happened here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Every place has got them. And they got the UFO now, the abduction story. That's there. You can go there, get abducted yourself. Yeah, let's go there at night. Let's camp
Sure.
there. Find a UFO alien abduction site.
UFO tourism.
I
Hey,
camped
anybody-
around
anybody
Old Man of
gets
the Mountain.
work- Hey.
You're not supposed to, but I did. I spent the night there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I did with Shelley a long time ago on the 4th of July weekend. We didn't pay her nothing. They said you had to leave at sunset, you know. But we just stayed. We stayed there overnight, and nobody bugged us. We could see it, like the Old Man of the Mountain in the moonlight. Yeah, it was fucking cool. I'm bummed when I saw that the face came off. You know, it was just
Yeah.
that one angle, you know, but it was cool. Yeah, Old Man of the
Yeah.
Mountain.
Face drop.
Yeah. It's not like you
Yeah.
can't find a cool camping spot in New Hampshire, right? They kicked you out of there. All right, I'll go down the road 5 feet and
Right.
camp by this river, you know, find some great spot.
There's a lot of little dead ends
There's
here and
nothing
there.
but great spots in New Hampshire, man. It's like up in Conway and shit. It's just like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Yeah. A lot of different faces to New Hampshire, though,
Yeah.
you know.
It's a big
Sea
state.
coast. Yeah, it is. Yeah. You know.
I get up there. Yeah, my cousin's up at Sunapee, and you can kind of see the Milky Way.
It's
Yeah,
nice.
off his porch, you can see it. You can make it out. You know, it ain't blazing, but it's there.
It's a nice area. Sunapee area.
Yeah.
See, the
can't
music
find
feels
anymore.
pretty good here.
Hey, that spot, Mike, you were talking about, Jeremiah Hill, because I never been there. Can you see the Milky Way?
Yeah,
Oh, fuck me.
saw it last night.
Oh, yeah, we got to do this. Must do this. Take my telescope. You know, now it sucks is because it sucks in the summer for me because it's too much goddamn daylight. Like you know, October, November. That's when that's when the shit happens. You know, the planets will like Jupiter will be back. Jupiter's up now, but it's like at midnight, like around 11. It's still too late. When it's
Yeah.
opposition, it comes up the minute the sun goes down. That's the coolest thing. The sun goes down and Jupiter comes up, so you can start looking at it right away. Yeah. I don't know when it's. I think it's October or November.
Wasn't it at its
Yeah.
closest point a week
Yeah,
or two
because
ago?
opposition. No, a week or two ago. No, it's not in opposition yet, George. It's going to be. I'll look it up. But last year it was like I think in October, and then this year it's November, and then it's December, and then January. It's 13 months. Jupiter goes around in 13 years, so that's the kind of cycle. Like every 13 months here, and it's in opposition. It catches up with us, and it lines up. It's Jupiter's there, and we're right in the middle between Jupiter and the Sun. So the minute the Sun goes down, Jupiter comes up. That's what it looks like. It's cool. And opposite, it'll do it the next night too. It's close. You know what I mean? So, but the Jupiter starts rising after sunset, like right after sunset. So, and I'll be in a couple of months. and it'll be dark too because it gets dark earlier. You know what I mean? There's some right now. There's nothing to do up there. We just watch the sun. The sun's it's too much sun. The sun goes down at 8, right? So fuck it. And it's that once it's down, that's not good. You gotta wait for you know, another hour at least before you get like stargazing light. So.
About dark at night when I last February when I went to visit my son down, he's way down in Stonington, Maine, you know, down near Bar Harbor, and I got all the way out there. I got out of my car to take a piss on the side of the road, and it was nighttime. Looked up, and it was like, oh my God, that's what the sky looks like.
Yeah.
You forget, man. You forget how dark.
That happened to me
Yeah.
in Arizona. I got out to pee. I was driving through Arizona, and I just looked up and went, whoa.
I know. It's like when
I
you see that
forgot.
really dark sky, man. It's amazing.
We get ripped off. There's just a few of us. We want to get lights. You can get these lights that beam just down and don't cause the glow.
Yeah.
But you know, I mean, there's very little movement in that direction. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, most people don't give a shit.
They don't know. Like if we just turn the lights off, like I just like say 1 hour a year, right? We turn off the lights. We agree on the day, just the lights. You know what I mean? Just turn it off for a minute. Just whoa. Or say not even an hour. Say 10 minutes. You know what I mean? Everybody get ready. We're shutting down, right?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Put your respirators on battery.
Happened before too was like when I was up at camping in Umbagog up in northern New Hampshire and
Great name
on
to
a
go up there.
Umbagog Lake, yeah, and looked up at night and it's it's 3D, you know.
Yeah.
It's something it's hard to describe. You've seen
You're
it, you know. It's
tiny.
like,
You're
Yeah.
just nothing. That's huge and you ain't.
It's true, man.
Yeah, you've actually seen the Milky Way. You've been in the southern hemisphere.
I've
You've
seen the
actually
whole thing. You know what? I wish I had known to look for Alpha Centauri, right? Because that's the one we don't get. We got all the other cool. We got 7 of them though. We got Sirius. We got Falcon Vega. It's but
We don't
they
get
have
the
that.
center of the galaxy though.
Huh?
We never get the center of the galaxy.
No.
It's always down there. You have to look through the planet to see it.
You could Google it.
No, I want to
There's
see
the
it
little
with my eyes.
giant JPEG.
All my
of
life,
the
I thought
Milky Way.
every
There it
time
is.
people would say, "You got to look up and see the Milky Way." That's what I thought I was looking at. I always thought I was looking at the center of the galaxy.
Yeah.
I'm actually looking up through the arm of the spiral arm that we're in.
You're looking out longingly at the rest of the universe, wondering what the
Yeah.
hell's out there.
Yep.
That's a good direction to be looking, you know, actually. Out there. That's what we could do up there, that site. If that's true, like if you can see the Milky Way, then we can see Andromeda with my rig.
Nice.
Yeah, I never saw a galaxy. I know, Saturn. I get a big enough kick out of Saturn when you see that through a telescope, right? And this is like 1650 they were doing it, right? Galileo just saw them fuzzy, thought it had ears or some shit. Said, it looks like it's got ears. I don't know, fuck. But he could see Jupiter good. You could see Jupiter easy with the moons and shit. So yeah, when it comes in focus and you look at it, I go, what the fuck is that? You know what I mean? What the fuck is that? It don't look like anything else. Yeah, Saturn's the shit. When I imagine when that came into focus the first time for those guys, like, whoa, we gotta tell the priest. No, don't tell.
Oh,
Don't tell
don't tell the priest. They'll burn you at the stake.
Hey.
tell the
Saturn is
priest
cooler
anything.
than here.
Never tell the priest anything.
Well, you can't. What are you gonna tell
Remember-
the priest? They know everything.
Remember we had to go see, we were in the OLP, we had to go see the counselor, right? You had to meet your counselor.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
He's asking all these questions about, about sex,
Yeah.
like, have you engaged in any sex, and what do the boys say about sex and all this stuff? I'm like, it got weirder and weirder, and I was like, man, I don't want to talk about this.
Nobody talked to me about that. Or I wasn't listening. A lot of times I weren't listening what the fuck they were saying. Remember, like the Italian teacher just walk up to you and say an Italian word. I'm getting a flat F the whole fucking time I'm there. And I just look at her because I was baked out of my mind. Like,
Baked
"Are you
out of your
kidding
mind."
me? Are you kidding me?
I had to go to
Sex,
you know,
maybe they were talking that too. Fucking
not
shit.
Sunday school, but something like, what do they call that?
CCD.
CCD.
It was like I didn't have to go. Like they wanted me to try it,
Like
you know.
Coat the Catholic.
Right. And I went into the booth, right, with the priest, you know.
Oh no,
Oh,
no, that's, all right. Never
Not
do
with the
that.
priest,
Don't.
yeah, the
Your
confessional,
penthouse.
right?
yeah.
Went into
You
confessional.
wouldn't believe what happened to me, but
You're supposed to you're
Went in
supposed
the
to have this
booth?
memorized, right? You're supposed to have these things memorized, right? I didn't know that, and I didn't have it memorized, and he sort of scolded me, right?
Oh.
And I was like, I don't want to come back here, man. And
Yeah, fuck you.
I didn't have to go back. I just told
We
my
had
mom
to
I didn't.
go. We had to go to the chapel at OLP. This is high school now, right? We're all sitting in the chapel, and everybody's got to go to confession. It was mandatory, and it's fucking stupid. I'm already an atheist at this point, right? Like, I got to go talk to these fucking assholes and tell them all my darkest secrets, right? You know, like fuck you. But it was mandatory, you know. So I didn't do it because I'm like, fuck you. I'm not doing this. And so then the priest comes up to me and says, "Hey, I didn't see you in confession." I said, "Oh, well, I went to the other guy." And then the other guy came up to me and said, "Oh, I didn't see you in confession." I said, "Oh, I went to the other guy."
Sounds like a good plan. Yeah, I just did it once, and I didn't like it, and I wasn't forced to go. So
I went to
Oh,
CCD. I think I was 5, and I had a dog, and so she saw heaven. I said, "Oh, that's all nice, right? So the dogs go to heaven." That was my only question, and she went, "No," and I'm out. I'm out. I was been out since. No shit.
going,
That's a true
man.
story, right? And then me and Lee Gresco used to like run. We'd run that field, the soccer field, into the tree line, and then play with matches because we were that young. You know, just not being there. You know, we were like from Pontigansett, but we didn't want to go in there into St. Phillips. And we ran it. We ran like somebody's going to see us, but we ran it anyway. That soccer field, Mike, to the tree line behind
Yeah,
that
yeah.
smelly dumpster that's the smoldering trash. So we smelled
Yeah.
like smoke because we were playing with fire the whole time, and nobody noticed because of course you smell like smoke from that place. You know what I mean? It was weird. That was it. Yeah, no dog. My dog Pepper, right? I had a German Shepherd. I was like 5 or 6. And the dogs are going, right? And no dogs. No, like no. That's like a dumb question. Like I go, Pop, yeah, okay.
I ain't going either. Well, to show you how far out of it I was, we used to go, on occasion, they'd take us to the church with all my cousins and things, and I thought it was called St. Kevin's, but it turns out it was St. Kevin's.
Ugh.
For years, until, fairly recently, I thought it was St. Kevin's.
Yeah. That's cool. That's what it's called then, right?
Heavens, it made sense to me as a kid, I didn't know it was St. Kevin's.
How about Mount Ararat? Right? I'm sure it's not rat. Is it rat? Can't be rat. Maybe it is.
Yeah,
rat.
it is.
Arafat.
Yeah.
That's where the ark is, Dave.
Yeah.
Glad I wasn't forced to go to that shit.
Oh, I was forced, all right. My
Man.
mom wanted me to go and be a priest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the best thing, man. If you could sacrifice your oldest son to the church, man, you're definitely going to go to heaven.
Oh.
Every Catholic mother wants her first son to be a priest.
I saw her.
Yes, yeah, I went too. I got initiated. Well, not really. There's no dogs, so the recruitment ended there. Just that mean old nun. You know what I mean? Just wicked mean. Nun.
Saw the movie Saturday Night Fever, right? When the oldest son quit the priesthood.
I
How
vaguely
devastating.
remember that movie.
You remember that movie?
I do remember it. I remember it existing.
I watched it recently. Yeah, that's yeah.
The oldest son was in the priesthood, and he quit, and it was like the family was devastated.
Yeah, too bad.
It's like an
I know
embarrassment.
someone. Yeah,
Time to move to California because you just fuck it, die. Yeah.
Well, it's not just an embarrassment. I mean, now your chances of burning in hell have just multiplied
Yeah, yeah,
exponentially, you know?
I'll cross that bridge when I get there. You know what I mean?
You condemned your whole family to hell. We had a free ticket when you were going to be a priest. Now what?
Yes, you do.
Man,
Now I'm going to have to give up sinning? Fuck.
Yeah, no. Take care of your own shit. What the fuck am I? You know, that's why you had me.
no wonder you're a tortured soul, man.
Tortured soul. And now we have a name for the podcast.
Tortured soul.
Tortured soul.
But at
Sweet.
the end, it came out. You know?
The tortured soul. Yes, indeed.
There's only
Man.
now.
Catholic school for 10 years. Fucking
Wow.
terrible.
How
Yeah,
you
Mike
survive?
got bad.
Survived by being a rebel.
Yeah. It's good to run into
Tell 'em,
you.
I don't
yeah.
want to be here. They say first day of school at OLP. You know, we only want people who are motivated. We only want people who want to be here. If there's anybody who doesn't want to be here, you should let us know right now. My hand went up. What's the matter? I don't want to be here. My mother's forcing me to come here. I don't want to be here. This sucks. They called my mother. Said, "Do you realize your son doesn't want to go here?" She's like, "Yeah. Well, since when does a kid get to decide where he goes to school?"
And it costs money too. And the Pontiac was already paid for. You know?
My mother didn't pay. She threatened to write a letter to the bishop telling him that, how dare you, like, turn a good Catholic family away from, you know, a good Catholic education just because they can't afford it.
Yeah, it's Italians, man.
Yikes.
First, you know, all that shit. But there's a lot of cake to be sold and flowers and whatnot. You know, it's a really expensive deal. Like First Communions, all that shit. I mean, there's big giant places rented out, you know, on the Mediterranean, and there's a lot of great food and all that shit. And then the girl comes out in her fucking, you know, white dress and all that shit. She gets all dressed up. She's king of the day and all that shit. It depends on how you do it, you know.
Those things were always good for, like, you know, you could get money from your relatives, you know.
Oh, there's a big exchange of
Your
money,
first
yeah.
communion,
Goes
you
around.
get a bunch
though.
of money. The last one was your confirmation. You go to your confirmation, and, you know, your family will all come over and give you money, you know. So,
Yeah, it's a party too, though.
yeah.
We're partying. We're not working today. We got today off. What are you kidding me? It's her name day. What are you, a savage? You gonna make us work?
And I never made it that far, man. My dad was a total heathen. And my mom was like a fear. She was a holiday Catholic, you know.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
Easter, Christmas Eve, maybe. You know.
You would like to
Yeah.
just get along, Mike. You know what I mean? I do the same thing. You know,
Well, you
just
gotta go
resistance.
at least on Easter. That's the one mandatory. Even
Yeah,
if you're sick,
okay,
no
you
matter
go.
what, you have to go on Easter at
Yeah,
least.
Easter
We
was
grew up
about
in a
it.
church when somebody got married, right? So, right, even as adults, you walked into the sacred, smelly incense place. You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
and listen to the yak, and funerals too. You know, I mean,
Someone
you're,
gets
you know,
someone dies. Yeah.
your society.
Remember my Uncle Joe's funeral? Like, the priest is talking about what a God-fearing man he was and how he loved the church and how he wanted all his relatives to go to church. And we're all looking around going, Uncle Joe? Are we in the right funeral here? Uncle Joe was a musician, you know?
Yeah.
And so we leave the church and we go to the graveyard, right? And we're in the chapel at the graveyard. And some woman comes in and she's crying and crying and she's wailing, "Oh no, Joe, no!" She's throwing herself on the coffin and everything. And then she straightens herself up, you know, and proudly walks out of the place. And everybody's going, "What the fuck is that?"
What was that?
Apparently, it was Uncle Joe's Kumara.
Oh my god! It all
His
comes
wife's
out-
like, "What the fuck is this?" He's crying over his coffin. His wife's looking at her like, "What the fuck are you doing here?" Nobody knows her, you know.
Joe knew her.
Joe knew her.
Knew her, yeah, in the biblical sense.
I don't know. It's all coming out at the end.
Man, he was the one. He was the one afraid to cut the cake.
What?
Uncle Joe. You know that Bob Seger song? He's the one afraid to cut the cake.
Mike,
Oh, yeah.
Mike's having an acid flashback.
You know that song, Uncle Joe?
No,
No?
I don't know. I was never a big Seeger fan.
Oh man,
Turn the page.
Fire Lake, man, down at Fire Lake.
Fire Lake, yeah, all that stuff.
Seeger was great, man. Silver Bullet Band.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Fucking Seeger.
Always the same, what, the same old
Sega.
cliche? Is that a woman or a man?
Freaking Sega, man.
Is that a woman or a man?
Fuck yeah, man. Fire Leak.
Yeah, that was later. And that's all. Okay, good.